for choosing IM Price Discovery, the definitive research platform for the individual investor. This is our flagship product that is designed to bring actionable information in the most user-friendly manner so that a new entrant as well as an experienced investor can leverage the full power of this platform. You'll find other products to be raw dumps of data. Price Discovery is very focused on making the data easy to access and intuitive to use. This represents in a very real way our belief that expertise is not needed to be a good investor. Let us show you how. One of the first things that we seek while investing is what to invest in. So far, you depended on tips from friends or free reports on the web. Now you can do research in the same way that analysts do anywhere in the world, through fundamental analysis. So let's get started. You can approach this in a few ways. You read an article that talked about how well a company is doing. You want to see if this is a good company to invest in. You type the name of the company. The software helps you choose. You evaluate the fundamental and technical aspects to see if this is indeed a good company for your portfolio. Or you came across a commentator on TV saying that large cap technology sector is likely to do very well. You like the thesis and want to look at specific stocks that stand to gain. You choose large cap tech stocks to look at all companies that you should be exploring in more detail. Or you are inspired by Peter Lynch's book you read over the weekend and are convinced that you would like to choose your next investment based on fundamental ratio performance. You know that, for instance, operating cash flows are very critical determinants of long-term performance. So you choose from our pre-formatted options for operating cash. This option looks for companies with decreasing new debt divided by cost of goods sold and increasing investment into itself, also called plowback ratio, divided by its cost of goods sold. The final list zeroes in on companies that fit both criteria. Or you're more conversant with fundamental analysis and would like to choose your own criteria. You know from the macroeconomic report you read that the high dividend yield, low beta companies will do well in this market environment. You choose high dividend yield stock and low beta stocks given by Q1 in this case. Q or quintiles represents 1 over 5 or 5th of any data. We use this to know companies that fall in the highest or the lowest quintile. These change based on the ratio. So for instance, PE, for PE, lower is better. So Q1 would be the lowest PE stocks. For net income, higher is better. So Q1 would be higher income stocks. Once you click on the company that you've chosen to look into in greater detail, you come to the company page. This page details the most powerful research by company in its class. It is used by professionals, so you know it is powerful. Let us get into how this can make you the most well-prepared scientific investor there is. Let us first look at the ticker tape on top. This has been customized specifically for this particular company and gives you great detail on the technical parameters for the company with a lag of 10 minutes. Now let's look at the technical chart. This is the only one you will find that allows you to view the chart in the manner that you want. So if you prefer to look at the market as candlesticks, you can do so. What about some of the technical indicators or moving averages? Sure, you can customize your analysis. Technical analysis is a good adjunct to your more detailed stock-specific fundamental analysis. So let's see how that can be done without spending too much time or effort. The ratio grid shows you 8 default ratios that are recommended for a quick overview. But what if you want to track other ratios more appropriate to your strategy? You can choose 62 ratios in 6 categories, the highest of each service. The chevron chart is a graphical interpretation of the profit and loss or income statement. Here you can get a quick sense of the company's turnover, its costs, and the net margin. Below this is my favorite tool, a very useful and a great equalizer for the retail investor with limited time. Below this is my favorite tool, a very useful and a great equalizer for the retail investor with limited time. Companies play accounting tricks from time to time, and the favorite is booking revenues before they happen. You can easily verify if this is happening by plotting 3 figures across the P&L, balance sheet and cash flow statement If you see the revenue and accounts receivable increasing fast, but the cash flow, but not the cash flow, that is a pure sign of poor quality of earnings. Since this is Infosys numbers, the lines are very clean. When you see some of these lines intersect, do some more detailed study. The gauges on the right are the most powerful feature, as they not only show the important calculations but also make it easy to interpret. The intrinsic value, for instance, shows 8 pages of analysis in a neat little gauge, with the current price shown as the pointer. The number in the middle is our best estimate of the value of the stock. We have a 15% band on either side of this figure based on the model assumptions. But beyond that on either side is a reliable indicator of being under or overpriced. Similarly, the risk and return gauges are an amalgamation of 4 ratios each that tell you whether the stock is a good buy. The imputed growth and momentum gauges at the bottom are technical indicators that show the market's interest in the stock currently. If your analysis shows this to be a good stock, you can track it in Portfolio Prime and set alerts for specific events to happen. And yes, you can redo this thing for as many stocks as you like.